but certainly not least, we are pleased to have with us our voice in Washington, D.C., U.S. Representative Candace Miller. Formerly the Secretary of State for Michigan, she's now in her 5th term in Congress, working diligently for us, as has been mentioned by several of the speakers, especially as a member of the House Committee for Homeland Security and the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, both of which are essential posts relative to this border crossing. Please give a warm Port Huron welcome to our Congresswoman, U.S. Representative Candace Miller.
Thank you so very much, Tony, and I can't tell you how appreciative I am to be here. Delighted to be here. Just listening to Greg go through this complete litany of all of these various commitments that MDOT is making to this community has certainly warmed us all up a lot, I know, here. And that poor ribbon, took a look at these scissors back here and looked at Pavlov down here, and then they went. But we are going to cut it here shortly, and what a wonderful, wonderful day for the Blue Water area. It is just such a remarkable feat, I think, that has been accomplished here. And you know, there's just something about a bridge, I think. There's something about a bridge. There's something about infrastructure. And I'm going to associate myself with some of the remarks that have been made. Certainly when Greg was saying in his heart of hearts, he's still a contractor. And I appreciate Dan's Excavating and the others that are here that have worked so hard on this project. Because what we're looking at there, just like the Blue Water Bridge, is not just bricks and mortar. You know, it's a piece of infrastructure. It is so critical, but people built that. It's unbelievable what can be done, I think, when people put their minds to things and partner together and what we can accomplish here. And I was just thinking, you mentioned I was the former Secretary of State. At that time, I used to have a once-a-month program on WJR, and I was broadcasting when we opened up the second span of the Blue Water Bridge from the Thomas Edison Inn. And I was interviewing one of the steel workers that worked on that bridge. And you know, the guy is sitting there and he had his white t-shirt on with the Marlboro pack rolled up in his sleeve, you know, the whole thing. And I said to him, gosh, you know, how was it hanging out over that bridge, you know? And they had these huge, you know, 50-pound drills on, you know, building this thing. And the guy said, ma'am, my dad built the Mackinac Bridge, and you know, tears came to his eye. And I thought about that this morning, looking at this. People that build these things, it's our children and our grandchildren, whether they're American children or Canadian children and grandchildren, are going to drive over this thing, and they'll just take it for granted, right? It's just a part of their life. It's part of our culture. But the kind of partnership that we have here in the Blue Water area with our Canadian neighbors is hard to replicate. I know there's other parts of the country that have great relationships as well, but when we look at the Blue Water, the Blue Water Bridge, that span and what it means to us in the immediacy here, we're right at the foot of the Blue Water Bridge is the genesis of I-69 and I-94, which are major trade corridors for the United States as we trade with Canada, which is our largest trading partner, not just in Michigan, but in the United States. And I always remind my colleagues in Congress of that every time we have another free trade agreement with some new country, not to forget that our major partners, our friends, our allies, our trading partners are the Canadians, and how critical the Blue Water Bridge is to making sure that we have that kind of commerce and just pedestrian passenger vehicles coming across as well. It is amazing the amount of commerce that flows through there. Has been already mentioned, $75 billion a year. That is an incredible amount of commerce that is being transited here. And so what is happening here today, and as we do cut the ribbon for this, it is just all of the new 3 dedicated lanes are going to really relieve traffic congestion in such a big way. And we all are painfully aware of some of the traffic problems, fatalities, other things that we've seen here over the years. How great this is going to be from a traffic safety perspective. Again, when I was Secretary of State, I was the chairperson of the Michigan Traffic Safety Commission for most of those years. And you know, you can do all the patrolling from a first responder, from a law enforcement agency as you want to, or have laws on the books, but if you don't have a great traffic flow for just everyday drivers, you can't make sure that you have the kind of safety that we need to have for our folks that are traveling here each and every day. And so all of that, and I'm particularly appreciative as well of the hike bike path that's going across, which is truly a quality of life issue. I'm all about bike paths. We were just last week with the Blue River project that includes a bike path. It's going to be actually 54 miles of bike path going from Algonac all the way up to Lakeport. These bike paths, people come from all over the country, and not just in the immediate area here, but all over the state, all over the country, to avail themselves of bike paths. And this is another critical link. It's all linking together, and so all of those things are very important. But again, this was truly a partnership. Certainly, we're happy to do our part at the federal level, but the state level, through MDOT and through our legislatures, Senator Pavlov and State Representative Moxlow have just been right out there, the tip of the spear on the thing all the way along. And then at the local level as well, certainly the county, St. Clair County, and the mayor here, what you've done here in Port Huron is it's a team. It all takes a team. You can have all the vision, but you got to have the team to bring every component of it together, and then the contractors actually building the thing, and all of us get a chance to cut this ribbon. So I'm very, very excited to do that, delighted to do it, and thanks so much for all of you being here. It's really a wonderful day for everybody here. Thanks.